Going to shit right now. Bitcoin is dropping here and everybody is actually looking for the specific reason why we are actually dropping. Does it have something to do with the Fed? Are there other reasons? Is there leverage flush? And all these kind of things are what we are covering today. So stick around here. I'm going to show you exactly why we are going down, and it is something absolutely different than what you would expect. Let's go. Guys, welcome back. Thank you for tuning in here today. I jumped directly into the charts because there is so much going on right now. It's crazy. So first of all, the DXY is pumping back to the upside, and this has also some really specific reasons that I'm going to show you here in a bit. So I don't want to take everything away directly. But we see a small pump here in the DXY. Which is kind of okay as long as we are not breaking here above the 104.5 level. As long as we remain below that, even 105 in the worst case is fine, and we should continue this the trajectory here to the downside. Let me show you what happened yesterday. Yesterday we got a really dovish Jerome Powell speaking. And no rate cut and also no rate hike, so rates stayed the same. That was absolutely expected from everybody. But now for September, 82.5% are expecting a rate cut. So where does that come from? Really simple. In the conference that he had afterwards, the press conference after the numbers came out, he said that most likely, if everything stays the same for the US economy as it is for the time being, he will potentially cut rates as early as September. And you actually can also see this here. Sorry, this is the next one. So here, let me see if, tell me if you can hear that. Come on, sound. Come on. Okay, it's not loading. Okay, forget about it. So what basically in this 20-second clip, he is basically saying, okay, if everything stays the same, if the economies continue to do well, we are more than happy to cut rates in September. And what did Bitcoin? Bitcoin did nothing, went sideways. I'm going to show you this also in a second. And now what happened today was actually that the Bank of England came out and said, we're going to cut rates. There are now multiple European countries cutting rates right now. And that will also put pressure on the US that they start cutting rates, which means in September, we should get a quite bullish turn up in prices. So, but why are we going down right now? What happened yesterday and also today that we see such a massive drop in Bitcoin and across multiple other altcoins right now? So one reason for that was that the Iranian and Israeli conflict is basically intensifying. They killed yesterday the Hamas leader, and after they did this, Iran came directly out and said, we're going to retaliate, but there is a 72 hours mourning period where they are not going to attack. So even Israel is aware of that, that during this 72-hour period, most likely not anything is going to happen. So that would mean potentially tomorrow over the weekend, there is some escalation happening. So what happens when there is an escalation in the East, in the Middle East? Usually the markets start to tank. And that is what we saw yesterday after the Hamas leader was killed. The markets immediately started to tank, especially crypto. So when we're looking here at Bitcoin currently, you see that we have lost the really crucial support level at $67,000 approximately, all the way down to $66,000. And now scratching on the last line of defense to hold the $60,000 level of $61,500 to $63,000. If we would break this level, then things will start really soon to become really bearish for Bitcoin. And remember, guys, I warned you about that scenario that if we are coming below that area here, we did not know how low exactly we're going to go here when it's happening, that when we come back up here and get a successful retest as resistance, that from there we are going to go way, way lower. Right now, I don't believe this going to be happening because Bitcoin is already on a really, really strong downwards trajectory. If we break here below that level, the next time that we come up here and get to $67,000, I believe that also here we just smash through that and continue to go upwards. But now, because of all these fear-mongering, war-mongering in the East, Bitcoin could be in for a little bit more consolidation before we see a reversal back to the upside. So of course, I'm not going to sugarcoat this. My trades, of course, are not doing well right now, you know, so I'm here minus almost $79,000. I also made here a crucial mistake on ZoomX with my trade setup, which I wished I would have not done. 1 second, I have here somewhere sound coming from. Is it now from? Now it's coming here from Jerome Powell. Now I don't need you anymore. I actually gonna close that window. I don't wanna that this just goes off. So what happened here with my trade? Because I thought that I had here around $64,000 a buy order that would get triggered. But what it was instead, and I don't understand how that happened because I normally don't make such beginner mistakes, there was a stop loss instead of a limit order. So I thought there was a limit order, instead there was a stop loss. So I took a $50,000 loss here already, which was not planned. I normally wanted to buy here with $50,000, and then it kept going lower, triggered my last buy order, hence why I'm now such in a big loss. But again, the liquidation price is here at $61,300. Even if things escalate a little bit more, I still believe that from here, pretty soon, we at least go a little bit back up or start consolidating to go back up, hence why I keep that trade open. Again, guys, in such situations where you see big drops like that, you need to have liquidity. If you don't have any liquidity at all, take the $10 that you get absolutely for free from ZoomX by signing up with the link under one of our videos here, guys. Remember, we have here all our links from our partners. Get here your $10 sign-up bonus and up to $45,000 in deposit bonuses, because you don't know how long we will be in this discount for Bitcoin before things turn back to normal. Also here on our daily chart, we knew that we will come down here, but we did not expect that we go as low as we actually did. So the market taught us here again a lesson that things can turn out different than we were expecting it. Now it makes also a stronger case for when we come back up here that we're gonna retest at $69,400 the downward sloping resistance line, get rejected, consolidate slightly below that, and then get the push here to the upside. Right now we get closer and closer to this dashed middle support zone, or it should at least hold support at around $62,200. We got a small bounce here already back to the upside, but this can still change. You know, if Hezbollah, Iran, Israel, anybody of them says anything more escalating to the situation, I expect Bitcoin to come a little bit lower in that case here. On the MDX algo gradients, we also entered now a green phase. Remember, guys, usually when we come into a green phase, that means the markets have completely cooled down and we are ready to get another leg to the upside. So here, currently, the scenario that I'm looking at is that we are bouncing off the upward sloping trend line here on this 4-hourly chart. And you see also here came already a take profit signal in from the short. If you would have taken up from here a short, that would be now your take profit point. And usually after that take profit point, we reverse back to the upside. So here, for example, is another take profit point from that sell signal. So also another indication, if geopolitically things are not escalating, that Bitcoin has cooled down enough and is ready to come back to the upside here. Actually, I need to flip here this now into resistance. But also here, when we come back up to $65,000 approximately, I expect here first a rejection and then some consolidation before we go all the way up and then to the dashed resistance that we have lined out here a long time ago. The underlying bigger support area that a lot of people on Twitter are calling for right now, that we should touch that, is around $58,400, $500. So I see a lot of people on Twitter talking about this, that they are now panicking that we go all the way down here. I'm not so convinced about this, that this is going to happen. More likely is that in the worst case that we go here slightly under $62,000 and from there find support to go back to the upside. Would I be longing here? Currently, no, I would be not longing here. I want to see some more consolidation and a move above $63,000 before I would be looking at a potential long here. So if you really want to plan for a nice trade setup, then you would do something like this here. So you wait that price comes back up to $65,000 approximately, wait for the retracement. And once we are coming back up on the lower time frames, we will get a better understanding where then within that range here is potentially new formed support. And then we need to adjust a little bit our entry accordingly, because support could be formed here, could be formed here. We don't know that yet. We need to first go up. So if you want to play it really safe, there you have a setup playing out, but you need to wait for that retest here of that resistance area, come back, and on that retest you enter to trade this then back to the upside to the dashed line. Now, another reason why we went down that I did not see a lot of people talking about was that we got a massive leverage flush yesterday while we were going down. And that leverage flush was not only initiated, so it was also accompanied by spot selling. So you see here, leverage was building up, price was going up, and then all the longs got punished and leverage was flushing. Then leverage built up a little bit, but we were more or less going sideways until we got another bigger drop here. And that was when leverage started to build up again. Now it's shorts. Shorts are piling in while price is going down, and also spot selling still happening. So that is an quite clear picture that we are getting here, that bears currently in control because of the geopolitical situation that is going on. But you see also that technical reasons led to that initial drop here from $69,000 to the downside with a big leverage flush to like 65. Then we had FOMC where we were going sideways, and then the news about Iran came out, and that led to another sell-off in spot. And you see here, when the spot selling happened, until here, there was no leverage increase. Only from here, shorts started to pile in, while price then also went lower and spot accompanied that move. So these are the two main reasons why Bitcoin is going down. The big leverage flush, shorts and bears are in control, and then Iran warmongering right now. But on the bright side, if we zoom out, then what we see is on a monthly time frame that we are still looking quite bullish with a bigger doji candle here for the month of August. So now don't forget, it's the first day of August that we are seeing here. Oh, sorry, July. So this is the candle for July. For of course August, we don't see any shape yet. So, but the July candle was quite bullish. We are here in ascending, a broadening wedge. Once this is breaking to the upside, we get a massive pump here. This is a bullish pattern, don't forget this, but it's on a monthly time frame, so it will take another month or two before we are finally seeing here a nice breakout. When we're looking then here on the monthly returns, what you should also not forget, August is historically a bad month for Bitcoin. But I want to mention here, in a bull run, look here, in 2020 and in 2021, we were bullish. In 2017, during the bull run, we were bullish. So I don't expect anything less from August than this is going to flip bullish, the same that it did in 2020. I'm not expecting here like 10%, 15% in August, but like 3-4% for Bitcoin compared to July, I believe is definitely in the cards here. So I'm not so worried about August. I'm more worried about September, because people coming back from the holidays, they are going back to trading or whatever they were doing. They're going back into the markets. So, and even in bull markets, September was usually a bearish month. That does not mean that now the whole market will be bearish in August, but at least Bitcoin has historically negative results for the month of September. And then we know when we get closer to the end of the year, here October, November, December are quite bullish in a bull run. When we look at the daily chart here, once again, in terms of the correctional phase and the consolidation, we are still in there. We did not break out of it, which is, yeah, what should I say to that? You know, so it's not nice to be still in this consolidation phase here. It will only change when we get into new all-time high. And from how things are looking currently, I'm not expecting to see here a new all-time high before potentially September, October, in that kind of time frame. We can potentially eye with a potential move here out of that correctional phase. So if I take into account the whole initial move here, then this is going on for over 150 days now. See, 157 days from that initial move here. That is a really, really long period of consolidation. There is a chart that I almost forgot to show you. I have to potentially make a new chart quick. And I think it was on the weekly chart. So just let's call it weekly. Let me see here. I almost forgot about this because it's really important that we look at this. Because on the Bollinger Bands, I think that this was on the weekly chart. So why are the Bollinger Bands not working? Bollinger Bands. Ah, there we go. Okay, this was not on the 4-hourly chart. It's already wondering what's going on here. I also want to see it on the monthly, but I really think it was, it was the weekly chart. So here on the weekly chart, you see that we are contracting in the Bollinger Bands right now. So what happens when Bollinger Bands are contracting? At some point, we are getting a violent move, usually to the upside in a bull market, of course. You know, in a bull market, we get a violent move to the upside. So now this is the weekly chart. This will not happen tomorrow. So we need to hang in there for a couple more weeks before we are going to see that expansion to the upside. Also on Hotcoin, I still have my trade running. I forgot to log in here to show it to you guys. Also, if you want to trade on Hotcoin, guys, there is a link in the description. You support the channel with this, you know, so you see we try to get better quality here in the channel. That also requires more staff. So if you use one of our exchange links, you help me to actually get more staff to create a better show for you, and would highly appreciate that. So now when we're looking at the Bitcoin dominance, don't forget that I mentioned just yesterday, I would like to see some consolidation here before we get another leg to the downside. This is what we are seeing here right now. Currently, the dominance is of course pumping because people take their money out of altcoins, putting it into Bitcoin because they think that is a better store for their money and to protect their capital, even though Bitcoin is going down. But yeah, that's basically the reason why the dominance is going here to the upside. Then when we're looking now at altcoins like Ethereum, I don't have to tell you what's happening here, you know, so altcoins getting crushed right now. But I also want to tell you that currently, even though Bitcoin is going down, and especially in that move from almost 64 to 63, altcoins did not react as much as I would have expected. That shows me that altcoins are already heavily oversold and that not a lot of people are willing to now separate themselves from their altcoins and are smart enough to hold them, even though we see now a short-term correction. When it comes to our Ethereum trade, remember guys, I told you when we're getting close here to the golden ratio, look that your stop losses are slight in profit or at break even, so you should not have been affected from, did we touch the stop loss? We are almost did already touch it. I think we're going to touch it. I want to be honest with you guys here. So I think we're going to see then we're touching the stop loss, maybe in an hour or two. So you should not be in that trade anymore. Now, the next opportunity for you to long Ethereum, and you need to set a limit order for this, because otherwise, trust me, you are not going to be able to catch this. And this is a swing trade, guys. You want to catch the $3,000 mark, more or less, for Ethereum, 3,040, 3,065. From there, you want to try to long Ethereum, and you should have some money on the sideline. So now imagine you would have normally a stop loss here at $2,950 approximately. I would put it a little bit lower. I would put it all the way down to 2,788. Just in case that we go down to 2,870 in a flash dump, have another limit order here. Split your money for that trade into 50-50. 50% when we go down to 3,050, and then another 50% deploying at 2,870, just in case if we touch it. If not, and we come one more time down to 3,050, just at the other 50%, you know, but wait a little bit. Let's watch the price, what's exactly happening there before you deploy that capital, just to be sure and protect your money when we potentially see that move here to the downside. And guys, again, liquidity is everything. You can get up to $500 absolutely for free by depositing $100 on a Bybit, $500 airdrop position. The only thing that you need to do for this is you go here, click this link here for a Bybit, sign up there, it takes you like 30 seconds, deposit $100 and claim your free $500 position. You can trade Ethereum, Bitcoin, Solana, and some other coins. We're also talking about quick here Telegram, because in this drop here, Telegram is holding quite strong. We are just back to levels that we have seen 2 days ago, and I believe that we will not go that much lower for Telegram. Maybe here to $6.64 is something that we could touch here again, but it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Even if we would come back here to our entry level, you can just re-long it from there. It doesn't look like that Telegram wants to go here massively to the downside just because the market is taking a shit. Then also Solana. Solana has broken now here this old support level, potentially turns this into resistance. And here I want to show you something, because we are technically bouncing off a macro Fibonacci retracement level. Because, oh, sorry guys, the other way around. Look at this here. So from this low, from this prior low to this prior high, and now I'm gonna extend this a little bit. So we just broke below the 0.382 level, but this current 4-hourly candle could still come back and push above this and close there and continue to go up. So here I would just wait a little bit. If we keep going lower to like $155, long it from there. I also don't believe that Solana will move much lower than this. Just doesn't look like it, because there is macro support. We have here broken that resistance zone and flipped it back into support here on the way to the upside. Now, worst case, we're touching it and then reversing back to the upside. So this will be here a really, really nice opportunity if we get down here, and I will actually add to my personal Solana position if we come all the way down here, because from there I definitely expect a bigger bounce. And if not, then I'm gonna add when we are breaking above the $163 level. There is not much more to say about altcoins, guys, you know, because they are all taking a major hit right now. Bitcoin was, yeah, it's just again $62,800 here when we're going back here. But like I said, you know, as long as that green support zone is holding, I'm not so concerned about lower prices unless we see major escalation in the east with Israel and Iran. So now I'm gonna have a quick look in the chat what's happening there, because I want to see what you guys think. So for this I have to go a little bit over here so that I can actually still talk. Let's see what you guys have to say. Yeah, so I render. I actually have to look at render, how render is looking currently. I have no idea how render is looking. Let me actually check quick, because they changed the ticker. I saw it a couple, like 3 days ago, at $6. I don't know how's render looking right now. Are there already contracts on it again? Yes. So Bybit put it back on, which is nice. Oh, 10%. Might be worth taking it right now. So I want to check this on another chart. Let me see here. Render. Oh wow, yeah. That definitely took a shit since it's got back on Bybit. I would not buying it right now, honestly. I would be not buying it right now. No, no, definitely not. I don't see any divergences yet happening here. No, I would be not interested in buying this currently. That can go still a little bit lower. If it goes below $5, I'm going to buy a little bit. So then I will be interested. So another 2% down, then I would be interested in buying it, but not really before that. Guys, that's it for today already. Thank you so much for tuning in into this live stream. Thank you for everybody that was here. Really enjoyed it, this quick update. And I'm going to see you tomorrow once again. And sorry that it was a little bit late. There were some hiccups with the thumbnail and stuff like that. My editor's flying, so that's why I did a live stream. But everything will be back to normal.